Hi everyone, welcome to Pro Trader. Today is Thursday the 31st of October. My name is Kylie Hogg and I'm joined with Jeff. Hi Jeff.
Hello.
Got your trick or treat stuff all ready for tonight?
No, I'm not into Halloween. So.
Yeah, my kids are. I've bought some Freddos, but I think they're more for me.
Pre-diabetic, so I can't.
Well, I hope you all get scared tonight. It's very exciting. A bit scary today is the All Ords. Little bit worrying in that we've had a peak up here. We've had a low. Now you would argue that's now a lower high, and we've just broken the lower low. What does it mean? Who really knows? You'd think that it might find support at this level. It sounds like people need to stop spending money because inflation's still high and we're not going to get a rate cut. So who knows, but that's what we're doing. And at the moment, we were down earlier about 30 points and we're now currently down 20. So we're seeing a little tiny bounce today, which hopefully is some good news. So Jeff and I have been sitting here talking about the stocks that we've been watching and have talked about in the past and thought we'd go through and see how they are going. So I think it's been 2 weeks since we last chatted.
Yeah, and some of them are probably about 4 weeks back as well.
So this will be a good test to see how they've gone in that time period. So what's the first one we've got?
DM1.
DM1.
I think this came up on a saucer. There's not a lot out there.
No, 265 million, so that's pretty good. It's a bit of volume that goes through, so that's nice. Now you could draw a line almost across there, or here, probably more here. Draw a line across there. So it's hanging around in that mark. Tried to break through, fell back. What are some things that you like about this stock, Jeff?
I like the fact that it's pretty close to all-time lows.
Yep.
The 3 cents is a round figure. I don't think you need to wait till 3.5. I think you could get in anywhere between the 3 and 3.5.
Yep.
And the on-balance volume is probably holding at the moment.
It's holding, yeah. I do like that it's staying up here while the volume drops, so there's just not a lot of selling going on. It's a bit of this was a nice move on the 25th of October. Unfortunately, it's just come back to where it was, but I don't think that's a bad thing.
No.
Bit of retracement. It looks pretty nice for a little penny stock.
Yep.
Yep, that's a good one. So hang on, when were we looking at that? It must have been...
That was probably 2 weeks ago, roughly.
Okay, so we're around here. Yeah. We must have come up on this day. So it's held. It's held pretty well. Looks good. Okay. All right, next one.
Is GLN. I think this is one that you found.
Yes, I know this was in the saucer one and we liked what we saw. Definitely with this rise in OBV. It has done that is a real saucer look. It's tried to crack the 20 cents. It didn't work. Let's just bring this a bit closer. So you can see that this level, 20 cents, looks like a bit of an issue for it to get through, but it did a lot of work. It's now retracing. OBV is staying, it's dropping, but the volume's low. So there's not a lot of selling going off here. You think that's going to stay. This will form probably a box in this area here. So yeah, I think, would you agree of waiting on a break of 20 for that one?
If you're playing safe, a break of 20. There's a lot of gaps, at 25 and up around 45. So I think there's a lot of scope in this one to maybe get in and wait for the ride.
Yeah, it's a nice setup. It's kind of really is what we look for, isn't it, this sort of setup? Yeah, nice one. I know we did talk about this a couple of weeks ago, so we're looking at about here. So with our retracement and then it's broken out, everything about that looks pretty good.
Yep. Next one is IDT.
IDT, I know this one came up in a saucer one as well. There's a big box around this one.
Yep. Something I look at is when I put it on to a weekly chart, it just looks a lot better and a lot cleaner.
Yep.
I think this is break of 13 cents is, I think, a good buy.
Yep.
Again, there's not a lot out there. On balance, volume still looks as though it's holding.
Yeah. Yeah. It all looks pretty good. I know when I looked at this today, it was at 13, which looks like it still is. Yeah, that looks good. I think as well, just looking at the depth, if that starts to really swing around, I'd be watching the depth on that to see the buyers start to build, because I would say anticipate being pharmaceuticals, this will move on no news and anticipation of news. I'd be waiting to see us swing around if there's some real buying coming in, to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, I try and look for the 2-to-1 buyers, and some of these stocks aren't quite there in that respect. However, I think GLN was.
That is. I think that's like 25 million wanted, 4 million offered, so that's well and truly, for sure. I'll keep an eye on that one.
Yep. Next one was PBH. I think you found this.
Yeah, good old points bet, especially with Melbourne Cup next week. Hope we've all got our fascinators ready. This has moved today. You'd argue that being at 75.5, it's had a crack at 77, looks pretty good. The reasons I like it, it's had a big move up, nice sideways move as you would expect, and now you can see an increase in volume and OBV, which is exactly the sort of thing you want to see in combination together. So that you would say that the buyers are moving in on that one.
Yep, I also like the all-time lows. I think 45 is one of their lowest prices.
Let's bring that out. Yeah, definitely. It's got a long way to go.
It's again, on balance volume is there too. So
yeah, even looks better. Yeah, good on a 2-year weekly chart. Looks pretty handy. It does do a lot of gapping down, which does make me a little bit nervous with the gap downs that it does. So probably if you are going to be in this stock, check where your stops are. Think about more your exit strategy as well, more than anything, as well, just to protect what you've got in case it decides to gap down.
Next one was LRK. I think this came up in a...
this was a saucer one. Yeah. That's right. We did talk about this, and the rise in OBV is really good. There's not many out there. Not a lot goes through it, which is a little bit hard. However, and it's not a perfect saucer, but it has moved and it's finding resistance and doing all the right things and moving sideways.
And the on-balance volume has been increasing for the last few months.
Yeah, that's been really good. So that's not too bad. LRK looks pretty good. Yep.
AL3, I like this because it's the psychological 20 cents, but the on-balance volume's there. There's not a lot out there. And I just think that there's a lot of scope for this one to move.
Absolutely, and we are seeing high highs, high lows, up to the 20 cents, which makes it even more exciting. Yep.
That was that one.
That's good.
LKE was the next one, which I think this might have been 4 weeks ago or something, I think.
Well, we've got lots of lines drawn on this, so we've clearly been talking about it. So there was our first entry at the break of 4.748. You would argue that you had another one at break of 5.4 cents. It's rocketed away. It's come back to find support at 6.1. So I guess if you're a gambling man, would you buy at the bottom or would you wait for it to break?
Emotionally, I missed this about 4 or 5 years ago and still kick myself today. So I'd probably, I wouldn't worry about getting in now, put it that way. It seems to be an all-time low. Well, not all-time low, but it's at the bottom end. There's not too many out there at 1.7. And, I like that under 10 cent market as well.
Yeah, it looks fun. I think it looks good. It really has pulled back like you would expect it to do, and finding support, I like that. OBV's a little bit wishy-washy. I'd like that to have stayed up a bit higher, but we can't hold it against it. Sort of what it does in the next few days, that's important. Put it on a weekly chart. It all looks sound. Personally, I would like to see what it does over the next few days to see if that does hold, and if then we start seeing higher highs, higher lows again, starting to move back up to the 8 cents. That's me being a bit conservative. Or you'd put a really, really tight stop in. You'd only give back a couple of cents or 0.2 of a cent on this one. Just not really giving it any room for error. If you were to buy the low now.
If I'm being honest, I'd probably wait until I saw the buyers increase on LP.
Yep, that's fair enough. That's fair call. What's the depth at the moment? Just having a quick look. LKE is currently, there's a bit of support there, 42 wanted, 27 million offered. So yeah, it's definitely, it's heavy, but a lot of support at 6.1 and 6, which is probably what's keeping it there. If they disappeared, you'd want to be out.
Yep. And the last one, VIT.
All right.
I think this came up in a saucer and it's broken and then retraced, and the only thing is the on-balance volume. It doesn't look as though it's holding that much.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The only issue I've got with this stock is the amount going through. There's not a lot of volume.
Yep.
Oh, there was yesterday. Take that back. No, there was the day before. No, there's probably quite a lot of volume. Just not today. Very quiet today. It's not too bad. I quite like that one.
I think this one would be, again, watch the buyers, but I probably would wait for a break of the 12.5.
So up here, I'll just draw a line. Now, which makes me come up with a question. So 12 cents.
Yep.
Someone asked me the other day what this is in a scan, patterns and events, and it's down here, trend line crossing. If you do tick that, like I'm drawing lines everywhere, and the reason I draw lines everywhere is because if I did that, tick that box there that said trend line crossing, it's going to find any stock that's crossed over my lines that I've drawn. So it's pretty handy because sometimes you forget what you've been looking at, what you've drawn lines over. So if you ever wanted to see anything that's crossed over your line, tick that box there. Just a bit of a point, bit of a reference point. But yeah, VIT looks very good. I like it.
Right. That was it, I think, that we've...
That's it. Well, I think we've done well with our scans. We've watched some stocks and we're watching them retrace and progress, and we're getting ready to buy. Get some money ready.
Find some money and then get ready to buy.
Yeah, I love your patience, Jeff. It's amazing. All right, we'll chat again in a couple of weeks. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.